The Sicilian defense controls the d4 square with c-pawn. The closed Sicilian controls d5 with the knight and aims for slower development without an immediate d4 push. d6 protects the c5 pawn. f4 takes space in the center, developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. White develops the knight and attacks the center. This prepares the bishop for development. Developing the bishop and increasing influence in the center. This develops the bishop and gives it scope on the long diagonal. Castling gets the king out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. This threatens to win a bishop through an eventual fork. The queen moves forward into the game, solid choice in the opening. Developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. The bishop is ready to be developed to an active square. This overlooks an opportunity to eventually win a pawn. Very precise. After all captures, this is an equal trade. White's recapture simultaneously activates another piece. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. This misses an opportunity to eventually win a pawn. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. This threatens to eventually win material. This offers an equal trade of pieces. This is not the right idea. This is the only good move. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. This threatens to win a knight by adding pressure to a pinned piece. Advancing the pawns in front of the king can compromise the king's safety. This creates a counter threat against the knight, as opposed to retreating. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This kicks a queen. This permits the opponent to eventually win a rook. This wins a rook. There were worse moves, but also something much better. This evades the check from the pawn. Putting the piece on a blockade square. This is the strongest option. Now black can't stop white from winning material if they make the right moves. This is the only move that works. This evades the check from the knight. This is the way to win a rook. This connects the rooks, which helps them work together. That was a free knight. This misses an opportunity to set up a blockade. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. This offers an equal trade of pieces. This allows the opponent to improve a backward pawn. Recaptures. This is the start of the endgame, and black is better. White will be winning material with that fork. An active king is critical in the endgame, and getting it off of the back rank is the first step. Capturing that rook wins material. Takes back. This takes an open file, a common method for activating a rook. Right on target. A very strong play. This defends the attacked pawn. That was a free pawn. One of the best moves. The rook is now on an open file, which helps control squares across the board. A solid choice. An active king is critical in the endgame, and getting it off of the back rank is the first step. Very precise. That's fine. Now white can't stop black from winning a pawn if they make the right moves. This loses a rook. This is the way to win a rook. This steps away from the checking rook. This makes a passed pawn. This steps away from the checking rook. This is the strongest option. Recaptures. A very strong play. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. One of the best moves, pushing a passed pawn. Right on target. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. A solid choice. This wins a pawn. This move puts the pawn on a safer square. This is the way to win a pawn. This creates an isolated pawn. Very precise. A very strong play. This continues the checkmate threat. This is the strongest option. This continues the checkmate threat. This steps away from the checking queen. This continues the checkmate threat. That pawn was free. Right on target. This continues the checkmate threat. One of the best moves. This is still on the road to checkmate. A solid choice. This continues the checkmate threat. Very precise. This continues down the road to checkmate. This is the strongest option. This continues the checkmate threat. Right on target. This misses an opportunity to play checkmate. This evades the check from the queen. This is still on the road to checkmate. This steps away from the checking queen. This continues down the road to checkmate. This steps away from the checking queen. This continues the checkmate threat. This evades the check from the queen. And the game is over.